Good afternoon. My name is Michael Mesquita. Last month, this republic celebrated its 250th year of independence as a nation under God. So I thought it fitting to take this opportunity to refute the claims of a gentleman who spoke on the wall of separation between church and state in April to celebrate the so-called National Day of Reason, wherein he said, "Our founders identified religion as a threat to liberty. Nothing could be further from the truth." At least 50 of the 55 men who attended the Constitutional Convention in 1787 were men of Christian faith. This doesn't even include Benjamin Franklin, who was a deist. However, I'll need to save this discussion for another time. I'd like to focus on the misinterpretation of the meaning of the wall of separation between church and state. Most Americans think that this clause is in the U.S. Constitution or the Declaration of Independence. It is not. And let me just read it. "Congress shall make no law representing an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for any redress of grievances." And let me first say, I don't believe it's by any coincidence that the first clause of the First Amendment of the Bill of Rights pertains to religion of freedom. It's not about freedom from religion. So often, context is in everything, such as it is in this case. This term or phrase was first used by one of our founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, in a personal letter written on January 1st in 1802, in which he was replying to a group of Baptists from Danbury, Connecticut. By the way, Thomas Jefferson was not involved in writing the U.S. Constitution, although he was the author of the Declaration of Independence. He at the time, he was chilling on a beach in the Bahamas. Just kidding. Okay, actually, during that time, he was serving as a U.S. minister to France from 1785 to 1789. And well, I'm running out of time, so let me just get this part at least. In 1801, 9 years after the ratification of the First Amendment, some states had state-sponsored churches that were supported by taxes. In Connecticut, the state-sponsored denomination was the Congregational Church of Danbury Baptist Association that didn't want their tax dollars going to the Congregational Church, so every year they petitioned to redirect their taxes to support the Baptist Church. Eventually, they got tired of the hassle, and they asked the newly President Jefferson for support. I'd like to ask for a few more seconds, if I may. Thank you. On January 1st, 1802, Jefferson replied to the Danbury Baptist, in part, "I contemplate with sovereign reverence the act of the whole American people, which declared that their legislators should make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, thus building a wall of separation between church and state." And since then, well, it was not until 1947 that the Supreme Court invoked this clause, and which in a series of U.S. Supreme Court decisions basically removed prayer and the Ten Commandments from our public schools, and we've seen what that has resulted in. I wish I had more time, but save it for another time. Thank you.